Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be checking out this, a Mitutoyo Digital Caliper. Now, this is a very simple but kind of beautiful or elegant packaging that's ruined entirely by the American safety sticker here saying that, hey, do not swallow batteries, keep them away from kids, they're dangerous. But like, look how simple and nice this outside packaging is. I like it. It gives me the fizz. So let's go ahead and open it up. Now I know that most people aren't going to be spending $140, $160 on digital calipers. However, right now, as of posting it, we are just in the pre-Black Friday sales time, and they're on sale right now for $88. Which is phenomenal for this digital caliper, considering they are known for being like the best digital calipers out there. We have our certificate of inspection, very high quality, made from Japan. We have our battery and some instructions. And then we have the calipers themselves in a sealed plastic packaging here. Oh, I'm so excited. Where do I want to start opening this guy up here? And it gives us instructions on how to replace the battery here. This takes an SR44 battery, and Mitutoyo uses a silver oxide battery that should have a very long shelf life, because one of the biggest pros and the biggest selling points for Mitutoyo digital calipers is that they last forever. On our little button of the battery, this piece here that you're looking at there needs to go down. So you will not see the little black ring, you'll see the inscription on the back telling you what type of battery it is. Let's go ahead and insert that. And then we'll press and hold for 1 second. There we go. That's nice. Just so this tool has many different ways of measuring things, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to use 100% of it, but I actually got this because I got a 3D printer and tolerances aren't always perfect. So I'll get a design from somebody and I need to scale it up and down, and I need to adjust it a little bit, so I need to know what size something is that I'm measuring. So let's go ahead and start with something simple here, like a AAA battery. So if I open this guy up, put it between the teeth, give it a little wiggle to make sure it's tight. We're 10.31 inches, or millimeters. These are millimeters. I can hit the little, it has a little transition button though. Let's see if you can focus here. You hit that and it switches to inches. Yes, American measurements. Granted, most 3D printing designs that I've run into with my bamboo printer that I use are measured in millimeters. So it'll be good to be able to just use this in millimeters. But when I want to switch over and start using this for more accuracy with things like woodworking, I can switch it over to inches. We can see that is 0.406 inches. And then I had a print that did not print perfectly for me. Let's see what size it actually is inside here. 0.39. So there is a resistance here, but I think that that is a little bit too, like, I can't even flex it to get to the 0.046. So I would probably size this guy up to adjust for that. Like, even with this flex edge here, I'm only getting 0.38, so this isn't even a perfect circle, is it? It's like an oval. I can't quite tell that it's an oval looking at that. Like, it looks square or circular and all, but yeah, not quite the right size. So that's super cool. I've already demonstrated 2 ways of measuring. You can measure the inside diameter of something by sticking these ends in here and spreading apart. You can also put something between the teeth here. And then also, there's a third one, this guy right here. So this is our depth measurement here. So if we want to see how deep something is, we'll go all the way out and then go till we hit flat. And we can measure the depth, say, of our tray at 0.65, or I have this plastic charging dock here, and if I wanted to know how deep this hole is, I could just run this guy down, and then there we go, 32.32. Double check my measurement here. And you can measure in multiple places to verify everything's good. 32.3, still the same millimeters. That's super cool. So I plan on using this mostly and almost exclusively for 3D printing. And one project I haven't 3D printed yet because I haven't had these guys opened yet for you is I have a fence post lid. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but let's see if I can. There you go. It's a fence post lid. So I lost one of these, and I don't want to figure out the manufacturer because, like, I've gone to like the local stores like Ace, Home Depot, Lowe's to try and buy lids, and they're not the right size. They keep on blowing off. So I'm gonna 3D print one that's just like the ones that originally came on the fence. But to do that, I need to know how big it actually is. And there's tons of 3D printed designs of these already online. So all I gotta do is scale it for what I need. So I can see here my inside dimension is 130.04. Let's bring it over here and verify that we're still the same here. There. Also, just give it a little wiggle to make sure that we're getting as much. You know what? The nice thing about these calipers is I can also see that this is a little bit cone shaped at the base here, where the fence post would go in. It's a little bit cone shaped, so as you push it on, it gets more friction. So that's something I can look for in my 3D printed design as well, just to make sure that that's set up correctly. We can even measure the outside diameter here. We're at 130.67. We come to the other side. 131. Ooh. Let's give it another measurement here. 131. Isn't that interesting? 131. So that one's a little bit more consistent. I just happened to get a narrow measurement somewhere. But that's kind of cool that I can measure it inside diameter and outside diameter here. That way, when I'm scaling it, I can just measure the inside diameter in the program and tell it, hey, inside diameter needs to be this. Or I can say, hey, outside diameter measurement needs to be that. And we're set to go, and we'll know that we have the right size. And we can even measure this right here to see how thick it should be. Granted, this won't be exact because this ledge is sloped, but we can get close at, say, at 28.34 millimeters. And this guy is super accurate. That's one of the big selling points for Mitutoyo, is that they have this like astounding accuracy here. Let's clean off our jaws, put it together, and 0. Did you see that? Like, it came together and it was like off a little bit. You clean off the jaws because there was just like something less than a human hair, and that's so cool. All right, there's one more way to measure things that we haven't covered yet. I'm gonna try and demonstrate it to you here. Let's see if I can. Okay, so if I want to measure the depth of something that's offset, so say this ledge here on this charging stand. Let's see if I can just light you up, zoom you in. Here we go. So if I want to know how tall this is, sure, I could do this, and, you know, measure it down like that. Or the back of this is offset. You can see right there. And so this top ledge can be rest on there, and then the body gets pushed down and you have two flat surfaces to ensure our height and that it's level. You can see we got 32.31 millimeters or 1.27 inches. So an inch, just over an inch and a quarter. Isn't that cool? This thing is so nice. I'm so excited to have it because it's going to provide the tools that I need to do so many more things that I've been like wanting to do. While I've done a lot with 3D printing, and my next video is actually going to be an update video around my Bamboo 3D printer. All the things I printed, all the things I wish I had, all the things I got because I have a 3D printer. And the things that I printed. I think I already said that. But I'm going to go ahead and do a 3D printer update video on my A1 Mini. And that's coming up in the next video. But this Mitutoyo digital caliper is pretty freaking awesome. And of course I can't do anything perfectly. I measured the outside diameter, not thinking that the walls on this might be thicker, and they are. Thicker enough that this doesn't even fit over the fence post. So I remeasured the inside diameter, sized it up until the inside diameter actually fit, and now just 3D printed that baby. Break out all the extra support material here, and just do a quick measurement here. 0 is good. Inside diameter 127.5. Inside diameter. Let's see if it shrunk. I hope it didn't. 127.54, 53. Are we like that close? 127.54. Are you seeing this? Am I putting that in frame for you? 127.5. Oh, 49. That's wild that I got it close. That is within half of a millimeter. Hit it with some spray paint. And from all the way over here, I bet you couldn't even guess that it was this one. If you squint, it's mint. And let's be honest, this is a whole lot better than what I have been using, which is one of these, a little 16-foot tape measure I got for free. And sometimes I got a little stranger one. So I got this little seamstress one that also got for free. So yeah, a little bit of investment, giving me a tool with much more accurate measuring abilities. This thing's gonna be pretty handy. So after just like a couple of minutes of like initial use and like figuring out how this works and kind of showing it off to you guys, I have picked up some like thoughtful things that Mitutoyo has designed into this caliper. So number one is this little knurling here right below our battery cover. It's not part of our battery cover. It's just right here. That is just so you could do a quick, like, get it into place. And then here we have this wheel. So the funny thing is, this wheel, it spins independently. It actually doesn't have a direct like gear connection to this. And so if you hit something and you have too much friction, it actually will start to slide eventually. You can see here. That's so interesting that like how they've designed that, because it's not actually connected. It's a loose piece there. It is not actually connected, but it's able to grip and provide get us to the measurement we need. That is super cool. And then on the back we have this little knob here. That's actually a tightening knob. So if you are measuring something, say this guy, and you're like, okay, so we got our measurement here and I need to mark that or save it, we can lock this down. So once that's locked in, you can't adjust it. And it doesn't take a whole lot to lock that in. And then I can come down here and I can mark something, say there's a piece of plastic, but pretend it's like metal or wood. You can hang off this off the edge and then score, and then that lip right there, that little scratch mark in that guy, do you see that? That little scratch mark is exactly the same width as our battery that we just measured. That's pretty cool to be able to transfer measurements and not have to worry about losing that measurement or trying to remember it. Also, there's a couple of screws on the top here to calibrate it. They don't recommend you mess with this because from the factory, like it is today, it slides perfectly. Look at that. Perfect, in square, no, oh my gosh, it's almost satisfying to just, a precisely manufactured tool is so nice. It's so nice. And they've been doing this since like 1934. Like these are really, really like, they're a well-known, well-made tool. This isn't something that just came out last year on Amazon and they won't be here next week or whatever. Mitutoyo has been around for years, and the best part is like they will be here for years. And that's because of how good they make their things. People pay the premium price point that they come at because it's worth it. Like nobody else on the market has a digital caliper like this that can have a 3-year standby time or a 3-year battery life. Like I myself am like at the lowest level of a hobbyist when it comes to like 3D printing and things that I will use a digital caliper for. The very lowest level. That means I won't use this guy very much. And so because I won't use it very much, this guy's gonna just sit for a long time. And the most important thing is that when I go to use it, I don't want the battery to be corroded or dead. And these guys advertise a 3-year standby time and uses the least amount of power. Like they just last forever. Like you don't have to worry about it. It's so nice to not have to worry about like, is the battery gonna be charged? So one other thing that I do want to mention, like it's not super big, but the display here is bigger than most digital calipers like itself, as well as the contrast on it is a better contrast with a lighter background and darker numbers, so that it makes it much more readable for you. So while I am singing the praises of the calipers, I must say I'm a little disappointed by the blow mold, injection mold style case. Like there's no foam, there's no rubber, there's not really any padding, it's all hard plastic. So when I set this guy in there, it's just in there on hard plastic. And I don't know, maybe it won't affect the quality of the calibration, but man, it doesn't give me a whole lot of faith. It makes me nervous, to be honest, but this is what they give you. The top of the line digital calipers come in a hard plastic case with no padding. Maybe one day if I get crazy, I might, you know, get a little piece of foam to just put underneath it to support it a little bit. I don't know. For someone like me, did I need the Mitutoyo one? No. I personally wanted it to have that standby time, and I wanted it for the quality that I know it has. I can just trust it, I don't have to worry about it. Whereas other digital calipers don't have that same certifications like this Mitutoyo does. However, you can pick up digital calipers that will be great, that will be fantastic for 99%, actually probably 100% of everything I will do. This guy gets so fine down to like less than the thickness of a hair. I'm not going to be doing any work that's that fine right now. But where I was trying to go with this is, you don't have to have the Mitutoyo. Like right now, if it's on this, if you can still get it on sale at $88, that's a fantastic deal. I think people would give an arm and a leg to have gotten it for $88 when they bought theirs for, you know, $160 to $130. I think I paid $130 for mine. But right now they're on a really good deal, so go ahead and get those Black Friday sales if you can. However, if you don't need like the extreme precision, you're just doing like woodworking or just getting started in 3D printing and you're not sure about it, buy the cheapest version you can and then move up from there. Right now, there's a brand that's become more popular because it has a really big display. It's probably the only one that has a bigger display than the Mitutoyo is this Q Fun. They are decent, they are metal. If you're looking for another pair of calipers, do not get anything other than metal. Like, just save yourself the headache, get metal calipers. You can get them for a really decent price, you know, as little as $30 and sometimes less when they're on sale. But make sure you're getting calipers that are at least made of metal. Don't get the composite ones because they won't hold accuracy. They warp in different temperatures. These metal ones are going to be the most accuracy you can get. If you want to get these Mitutoyo digital calipers, I am an Amazon affiliate, so I'll have my affiliate link down in the description. It doesn't cost anything extra for you, but it does help to support this channel. So go ahead and click that link, do your shopping from there. And if you have any questions about the Mitutoyo digital caliper, let me know in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer all of the questions you guys might have. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next video.